Hey you guys, Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more of RimWorld and the Sanguiphage. Our little vampire cult has doubled in size, as you may see. We've had a bit of a refugee quest, so 4 refugees have turned up and said, hey, can we hang out with you for a while? And if you let us hang out with you, we'll do some work. And we're like, sure. And this is kind of good news and bad news. The good news is I can get a ton of stuff done. You just doubled my workforce. I can get a lot of things done. The bad news is these guys are going to be wicked sad. So I don't really have a lot of means to make them happy at this point, and that's going to be potentially a problem. My experience with refugee quests is the sooner you can make them happy, the less likely they are to try and murder you. So they can betray us. They just be like, you know what, this colony sucks. I think we'll just kill all of you. Which is admittedly an extreme reaction. I mean, if I went to a hotel and I was like, wow, this hotel kind of sucks, I don't think I'd burn the place to the ground. I think I'd just go find another hotel. But these guys will get very aggro, or can get very aggro. They might not. They might just leave peacefully. But more importantly, the sooner I can make them happy, the more likely they are to try and join us. So the faster I can do that, the faster I can get some more people on board permanently. Let me check these guys out. We're going to be in a bit of a pause mode for right now. So just everyone learn to cope with that information. I got a lot to do here. So Chalaki, what's your gig? Okay, you're very good at plants. You can shoot a gun pretty well, actually. Tortured artist, ooh, that's a negative mood debuff of -8. You can do a little bit of doctorizing. Okay, Lisa, how about you? Holy McMoly, Lisa's got a crafting of 20. Oh my god, a crafting of 20. And you're a body modder, which I love. And you're kind, so people will love you. Oh, wow. There's a lot of things you don't do. You don't fight fires, you don't do plant work, you don't do mining. But you're not a pyromaniac. You're not going to start fires. You just won't put them out. A crafting of 20. Do you know what I could do with Lisa with a crafting of 20? Wow. Subash. Okay, you can cook. You can cook. You can do a little bit of doctorizing. All right, not bad. A little bit of intellectual. And how about Danny here? Danny is only 15, so Danny doesn't have a broad range of skills yet, but she will get better over time. She's got a long life ahead of her. And you're sanguine. I love that one. That's just a permanent plus 12. For no reason. Just a permanent plus 12. Just naturally upbeat. It's not a bad mix. So what I need to do is make these people super, super happy, super, super fast. And a really easy way to do that is play dress up with them. So as we can see down here, tattered apparel times 4. They always, always, always show up in raggedy clothes. And they don't like that, as indeed nobody does. So if I can bang out a few clothes for them, we can make them happy fairly quickly, or at least make them less unhappy about their raggedy clothes. The only problem with that is we primarily have human skin to make clothes out of. So let's just call it as it is. I've killed a bunch of people around the colony here. I've murdered a bunch of people. Most of them raiders. Most of them were trying to kill me. And then we skinned them and ate them. And the skin is still here. The skin is still here. Oh, turn that off. I hate that when I do that. So the skin is still here, and we could certainly make clothing out of that. Thing is, these guys don't kind of believe in our jam, so they're not going to be wicked psyched to get a shirt made out of human skin, which is understandable. If I were a refugee and I joined your colony, I'm like, hey, I will do some work for you around the place if you just let me hang out here. And you're like, cool. And then I'm like, dude, by the way, my shirt has got a bunch of holes in it and it's pretty raggedy and stuff. And maybe you got like a shirt I could borrow around here. And I'm like, cool, I totally do. It's made from human skin. I'd be like, yeah, wow, no. No, actually, that doesn't make me happy at all. However, with Lisa on board, with a crafting of 10, I could slam out a bunch of clothing. If I can get better stuff to make it out of. So we got the hand tailoring bench right now. That is going to slow everything down. I didn't want to suck up power. That's why I did the hand tailoring bench. But with a crafting of 20, why limit Lisa? Why limit her? I think we're just going to build the better one, the electric tailor bench right now. So a steel electric tailor. But why is this light here? Let's see. Why did I put 2 lights back to back? I probably had a good idea for that. Let's not. Let's put this over that tailoring bench. And go ahead and deconstruct this. Just get rid of it. And then I'll move the chair over as well. I'm kind of pre-planning Lisa to do nothing but tailoring. So let's start working with these guys. Again, we're going to be in a bit of a pause mode here. Ooh, before we work with them, okay, my little tip to you. Okay, my little tip to you. Maybe you're playing RimWorld for the very first time. Maybe you're doing your very first refugee quest. I don't know. Maybe it's a Tuesday. You got a cup of coffee in your hand. You're like, I'm going to check out this RimWorld thing that Dave keeps playing. Here's what you want to do with your refugees immediately. Disarm them. Get their weapons out of their hands. So drop that. Because if they do betray you, it would be nice if they didn't have any weapons when they did it. Yeah, I learned that one the hard way. We all remember the great pantry fire of 2021. Okay. Now, start messing with these people. So, Chalaki, first of all, let's just get everyone on the number ones that they need to be number one on. Fight fires if you can, and then if you're injured, go to the hospital that we don't have. And when you are injured, oh, hang on, I didn't want to do doctorate one. When you are injured, stay in bed until you're better. One of you actually was a decent doctor. Yeah, Chalaki, Subash, you can all be, okay, you can go back to 3. But yeah, you guys are not terrible doctors. You could do that. So, Chalaki, you're really, really good at plants. We're not actually doing a lot of plant stuff right now. Not really into that. You could be 2 on that in case maybe I have some trees cut down or something. But how about you just be number 1 on mining? And also, by the way, like literally everyone is going to be number 1 on mining. You're not a bad cook, Sabash. We cook people. Are you okay with that? Probably not. You'd be like, oh, I cooked food out of a human. I had to pick up a finger and put it in a sandwich. I'm really sad about that. Why are you making me do this? But you could be 2 on that. And then, you know what? Why don't I was going to say back off Mila, but she doesn't actually do a lot else around here. Back off Mila to cooking 2. And then Danny, you don't really do a lot of anything because you're 15 years old, and no 15-year-old does anything worthwhile. So how about you just be number 1 on mining? And Subash, you can be number 2 on mining. So I want you to bounce back and forth between cooking and mining. Unfortunately, Lisa won't do any mining, but I don't care because you're going to be number 1 on tailoring. Okay, and then be 2 at the other crafting skills. I could bang out so many stone blocks right now. Oh, Lisa. Yes, the band. Yes, I made an 80s reference. Again. Lisa. Or Lisa and Cult Jam, whichever you prefer. I don't remember how many Lisas there were. We had a lot of Lisas in the 80s. And they were all in bands. It was just a thing. It was kind of like a meme, except we hadn't invented memes yet. It was a dark age. So I would like you... Oh, how am I going to make these people happy? Start things going. Start things moving. Kaylina's moving an urn. I need to get... Well, one of the great things about refugee quests is you can get a whole lot of mining done. So they're going to work over here. I wonder if I should do... Because if they can get private bedrooms, that will cheer them up immensely, rather than being in a dormitory. Speaking of which, where are these people going to sleep? Let's see what I can get done. Okay, team, hey, Kaylina, remember when I built you this awesome bedroom and I spent like a whole episode trying to make you happy? I'm going to make you miserable right now by just putting down a bunch of sleeping spots in here. Yeah, the refugees are going to camp out with Kaylina until I get something better put together. Sorry, Kaylina, wicked sorry. Hey, Volstron, how are you doing these days? What's your prisoner thing at? 9.2. And Mila's going to work on you a little bit more right there. The power's out. Power's out, kids. Not super windy out. How about my cloth? Okay, cotton plants are almost done. Good. That'll be more leathers. Again, I know. Wait, Lisa, what are you working on? What are you doing? Are you making a parka? Is it out of human leather? No, it's plain leather. Okay. I mean, sure, until the other bench gets built. That's fine. You can work on that. Yeah, this is what I want to see. All 3 of them. All 3 of them down here just punching away into the rock. Let's get... Okay. I've got 2 options here. I have multiple options. It's RimWorld. I can do virtually anything. But I've got a couple of decent options. I could continue to make single bedrooms and target those for the refugees. Or I can make a big dormitory. And I was thinking about making a hospital anyway over here. Hospital could be a temporary dormitory. Somebody start mining that. And then also start picking away at some of this stuff. Just like that much. And maybe that much while you're there. and we'll see what we can get done. Start things moving a little bit faster. I know the refugees are here. I get that. They're all unarmed at the moment. Yeah, wow, Lisa. I love the fact you're working on the thing. Just we don't wicked need this right now. Ooh, another thought, Dave. You've had another thought. It's a very exciting thought. How about we go murder things? Because we're going to need a lot of leathers in the near future. And I think we've got a smattering of bird skin around, so take out a couple more turkeys while you're in the neighborhood. What do I have? 150 plain leather and then bits, little scraps of everything else. I could start making some scrap leather or whatever it is, patch leather. Just make one piece of leather out of bits of other pieces, random bits of leathers that I've got. That's going to suck up time, though. I don't want to suck up time. I want Lisa completely 100% devoted to making clothing for people. In fact, I'm gonna turn all of this off. You can finish that one thing, but then we're not doing any. Are you making a broad wrap? No, you're making a parka. Yeah, I don't want any of this. Just get rid of everything. You know what? In fact, cancel that right now. So just cancel that parka. What I really want is people working on this. So yeah, we moved the chair over. That's fantastic. I'd like to get everything else done if we could. Whitehead, what are you doing? You're hunting. That's actually probably a really good thing to be doing right now. Before you go, could you... Actually, Lisa's moving stuff in here. That's fine. That's an okay thing to be doing. Yeah, sorry, Kaylina. Wicked sorry about this kid. I know, this is not your ideal. You actually want a really nice bedroom that probably doesn't have 4 raggedy refugees in it, but they have nowhere else to go. I feel like I did. Did I see somebody was a night owl? Ooh, tortured artist. Permanent mood, -8. Lisa the body modder. Okay, yeah, Subash. Subash, you're a night owl. So let's kind of flip the script on you, as the kids say these days. You sleep then, and you do whatever the heck you want during the rest of the time. Thank you very much. Okay. Everyone's having a bit of a snooze except for the night owls who are up right now. Yeah, Whitehead's working. Whitehead, I get the hunting thing. I 100%, man. But could you, like, seriously work on the electric tailor bench? Because I'd like to get some bills set up in there. The sooner I can get these people in better clothing, the slightly less likely they might be to betray me. All of my power is gone. This is why I didn't want the electric tailor bench, you see. Because all of my power is gone now. You see the problem there. I could put up another wood generator in the interim. Why don't we just chop some trees? I don't actually think Mila's got a heck of a lot else to be doing right now. So go chop some trees. The power's on enough for this. Let's start to set up some bills here. So slam it into pause mode. I need pants. Not personally. Well, actually, I kind of do. One of my favorite pairs of pants. In fact, my favorite pair of pants got a hole in it now, so I do need pants. But I wasn't actually specifically talking about me. Let's try to have 4 pairs of pants at any given moment. Okay? I'm not going to bother micromanaging the whole count in storage, count equip. No, we're not doing any of that. I just want 4 pairs of pants. But here's the thing. How about we don't make it out of human leather? Just as a thought. And then let's do the same thing with shirts. So make a button-down shirt, do it until we have 4, and don't make it out of human leather. Thank you. Just try to get that done as best you can. And then after that, you can go back to that broad wrap thing because Mila really wants one of those. Make like 3. That'll cover anyone who needs covering. Haha, see what I did there? Because it's basically a hat, and it could cover your head, and they'd be covered. Never mind. Okay, I have so much food right now. Some of it is people. Why don't we've got more people here. Why don't we... That's 65 meals that we're working on. We're working on the make meals out of humans thing. We've got a few left to do there. 65 simple meals. That's going to take a while for them. I was going to think about setting up some fine meals. This is what I wanted. Lisa's just slamming stuff out here. My God, she moves like lightning. Where are you going? Don't read a book. Make pants. Make pants. Don't stop making pants. Well, stop when you reach 4. And then make shirts. So, I mean, do stop making pants. Don't, make pants forever. Somebody go slaughter that turkey. I'm going to need a lot of cloth and leather in the near future. Hopefully this is ready to harvest. Sorry, which one of you was actually decent at plants? Sholaki? Yeah, okay, you'll get in on that eventually. No, you won't, actually, because you're number 1 on mining. There we go. Tons of cloth coming in. Didn't actually want to use it for clothing. Wanted to use it for carpets, but here we are. That'll be plenty of stuff. Wow. Just tearing through this kid. Did somebody take those pants? Who took the pants? Why would you do that? I think somebody just took a pair of pants without my authorization. Somebody definitely did that. Hang on, Lisa. I love you in a very deep and intimate way, as much as I can with a RimWorld character. I desperately want you to join the colony. Why don't you go... Look, these are an excellent pair of pants. Go wear those pants. You can be the first... Oh, the power went out again. I should get another generator. I really should get another generator. That would be a great idea. I gotta keep things going here. Eventually we'll get to geothermal. But do another... Yeah, put them all in a big, nice, tight area so when they explode, they all explode. Good job, Dave. So do the best you can, Lisa. You can still do it, but now it's like a hand tailoring bench. Just do as much as you can with that. And then when she's done with all of that, I'll have her start just cranking out stone blocks. She is going to fly through that. How are we doing over here? Yeah, Danny's terrible, but you'll get better over time. I mean, you've got a mining of 3, and you like doing it. So, you know, that's cool. We can target these for removal at some point. I don't really need to do that, but I kind of like to. Voltron down to 5.1. That's because Scathe is stunningly beautiful and chatted to you about joining the colony. You're like, oh my god, you're so gorgeous. I will totally do anything you say. Hunter lacks suitable weapon. No, they don't. It's because they don't do any hunting. No, none of you people do any hunting. You're not allowed to have weapons ever, ever, ever. Thank you very much. Are you on shirts yet, Danny? How's the pants things going? Yep, you're on shirts. Okay. Hold that thought, Lisa. Okay, that is your shirt. It's an excellent shirt. Oh, 20 crafting. All these clothes are going to be amazing. People are going to love it. Okay, now get rid of your hat and get rid of that sash. What are you, in the prom? Just get rid of the sash. No, also drop that, please. Sorry, I told you to do that in the wrong order there. All right, somebody can burn that at some point, and somebody can burn that. That brings me down to tattered apparel times 3. How are we doing on maybe... Getting Lisa her own bedroom? Boy, I bet she'd like that. I bet she'd be like, I'm wicked into this. I want to make Lisa super happy. Super happy. Like, how are you now? Yeah, body mod are frustrated. I can plug something into you. You don't need more. Yeah, slept on the ground, ugly environment. If I could just get her own bedroom soon, that'd be pretty good. Now, I can start working with everyone else. So, Cholaki... You're harvesting an oak tree. Why don't you come down and get some pants on, man? So go wear those pants. All right, come on down. I'm just going to micromanage you for a little bit here. Go put a nice pair of pants on. Okay, and then go put a nice shirt on. And then drop your other raggedy clothing. Okay, you see how this is working out here, Cholaki? Drop your hat and drop your sash. Okay, that's 2 of them done. Wait, why are you still tattered apparel times 3? Who? Oh, Mila. Mila, what do you need? You need... No, get rid of your hat. Don't wear that hat. Why are you wearing a stupid sash? Have I actually not gone ahead and done the apparel yet? I haven't. Let's just get this done here, okay? Let's do a new apparel thing. I kind of in the back of my head, I thought I had already done this because I usually do this early, but apparently I didn't. So, no raggedy clothes. There we go. No raggedy clothes. I don't care what you do. Don't wear anything tainted, and don't wear anything below, say, like 51%. And I'm going to tell you right now, I can already feel the comments coming in telling me the precise number that needs to be, but this is not the RimWorld Min-Max channel. This is Dave's channel where Dave just sort of does things and hopes for the best, and somehow it seems to work out. I have a degree of competency in this. So anything above 51% you can wear. All right, so no tainted, decent quality, or decent hit points anywhere. I actually don't care about the quality. Lisa's going to bang out amazing quality. So you are on no raggedy clothing. You can clear your forest. I can't change anything else. So no raggedy for all of you. And hopefully that'll get people to take off their terrible clothing. Yes, now I'm down to tattered apparel times 2. These can be burned at any point, so go ahead and allow those. And I think, how many, wow, you are flying. I love Lisa. I do. It's like I love Lucy, but not with Lucille Ball. It's with Lisa here. Lisa, you are everything to me. a 20 in crafting. I can deal with somebody else. Sebastian, what are you doing? You're going to have a snack. That's cool. Why don't you get a better pair of pants for right now? So wear those pants. Okay. And then wear this shirt. Okay. Hang on. We're not done yet. And then drop your hat. And oh, you have a mohawk. Good for you. And then drop your sash. Okay. Down to tattered apparel ×1. The sooner I can get this done, the sooner they'll be slightly happier, or at least not as unhappy. That's kind of what we're shooting for here. I'm going to cancel this for right now. I'd rather they start working on this over here, because that could be somebody's bedroom. Lisa, I'm looking in your direction because you are the new love of my life. So let's start another bedroom, like here, and then, I don't know, make this a fairly decent-sized one. There we go, like that. That'll be a nice little bedroom. This will probably just kind of be dead space over here. Maybe I can carve into that and store things in it someday. Yeah, Whitehead's coming over, doing some things. And let's also begin the concept of wall smoothing, because Whitehead, I don't think, has too much else to do right now. So he could get down with that and all of that. Okay. And then how are we doing on the bills in general? So we've got 3 out of 4 shirts. We've made 4 out of 4 pants. That's fantastic. Everything's good. What? A psychic soothe. Oh, that's good. Okay, so all the females in the colony are going to be slightly happier. Yay. Good. So now we're going to go nuts with the stone blocks. How about we try to make, like, a bunch of stone blocks? So when Lisa's done with tailoring, she'll get on the stone block game, and she should be done with that fairly soon. And then Mila can finally have her broad wrap. Finally, after all this time. Hey, Voltstron, where are we at with you? Because, 4.1, you're going to be on board fairly soon. I'm going to have a think about that. Oh, Mila's doing some wall smoothing. I'm so sorry, Kaylina. I'm so sorry. I just don't have anywhere to put them. I just don't. Lisa, I'm going to work on a bedroom for you. You're going to love it. Hopefully, I really desperately want you to love it. I want Lisa to be like, hey, I'd actually like to join your colony. And be like, yes, I will do anything you want, Lisa. A crafting of 20. Wow, Whitehead, really, you're into the stone block game. It's because Lisa's asleep. And Lisa's got a couple of more tailoring pieces to do anyway. Could we maybe get the sash out of the door? Oh, also, what's the temp these days? 35. Okay, I've got heaters here, heater. There's no heater up here, and it's a little chilly. How about we go ahead and put a heater, say, here. And then we got heater in the prison. Not so much in the kitchen, but oh, how long are they spending in the kitchen? Well, long enough to eat food. Whitehead's gotten food poisoning. Good job, Whitehead. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Lots of cotton coming in. The new generator is up and running. That's such a waste, but here it is. I need to keep all this done. Is there any trees that didn't get burned down? Yeah, there's some up here. Let's get some of these out of here. So chop that like that, and just get a few more. We've got 2 wood-fire generators to keep going. I'm aware of the Psychic Soothe. That's wicked cool. Everybody's into that. And Scathe is finally almost done with batteries. Actually, this could be a good place for batteries. Batteries right in here. I'll have a think about that. Let's keep the, what? A masterwork. A masterwork broad wrap. Oh, really? Let's give that to Mila. I know you're asleep, but get up and wear that. No, not reserved by Whitehead. No. Mila's going to get that one. Okay, so that takes away your debuff about not having the right apparel for being the leader. Okay, Whitehead, you can have a totally other broad wrap. All right, wrap your head in somebody else's scarf. The masterwork is going to Mila. There you go, Whitehead. There you go. Go get your broad wrap, kid. All right, anytime you want. You go get yourself a broad wrap. All right, what else do I need here? Wait, who's got tattered apparel now? Danny. Oh, yeah, did I not? I didn't actually equip you yet. Hang on. Go get pants. Sorry, Danny, I thought I already did you. And then go get a shirt. Yeah. And then drop your stupid sash, because you're not in a pageant. No, not health gear. Drop your hat and drop your sash. Okay. Then, yeah, wow. Lisa's just ripping through stone blocks. I should start making some parkas. I'd love her to keep on the stone block game. I really would. Oh, also, go slaughter more things that contain leather, because I'm going to need a lot of this. I mean, this is chewing up all of my cotton that I wanted for other things, but it'll all work out. How about... Okay, let's try and make some parkas. I can't have these people freezing. So do until we've got, like, 5. 5 parkas should be fine for right now. Okay. Sam, when do you leave? 12 days. Okay. Pay no attention to Sam. I don't need to worry about Sam at all. Sam will just take care of Sam in a Sam-esque kind of way. Good. This is done. Perfect. This, let's get this smoothed out like that and like that. And then we can start to work. Why did I leave this weird gap here? I do not know. What have I got for stone blocks that I can fill that in with? Marble. Okay. So put a marble block right here. And then a wooden door right here. And then let's just start a bedroom. Let's just get the concept going. The sooner I can make Lisa happy. I mean, yeah, and the others. I'm not saying I'm going to turn down somebody joining the colony. But I am hyper-focused on making Lisa super, super happy. In fact, what if we... Where are we at on the food? Would it be maybe in a... Yeah, 65 meals we've got done. How about we start making some fine meals? Okay, how about we maybe try to get 20? I've got a lot of food. And then obviously pause when satisfied so you don't spend the rest of your life making fine meals. It's not a bad idea. That'll give them a little mood boost. And I think I've got definitely got the veggies to cover it. 600 corn, 257 berries, 225 potatoes. Yeah, between that and some random slaughter, I think we're going to be in good shape. Lisa, you're working on a parka? Yep, cloth parka. Wow, look at that go down. Lisa, I'm going to try and make you so happy in a non-creepy way, mostly by stripping you and making you get into different clothing. I know, there's really no way for that to sound less creepy. That's actually the creepiest thing I've done to you. And then I'm going to give you your own private bedroom. That also sounds a little bit creepy. I'm not going to lie about that. Also, somebody go burn all these things, please. Just get rid of all of this. Nobody needs any of this nonsense. Are we kind of hip on cutting some trees down, guys? Because I feel like, okay, there's a bunch of wood. They've done it. There's some wood up here. Just not much. Who's on max construction? Wow, nobody does anything. Cholaki, not Lisa. Subash, you're terrible, and so is Danny, but you'll get things done eventually. Scathe, I'd rather have you mostly focused on keeping the prisoners alive and also researching. So why don't you just stay on that? Who's having the break risk? Cholaki. What's your problem? Smoke leaf withdrawal. Okay, we don't do that. So you go ahead and withdraw, kid. I've got no way to help you with that at all. We're just not into that sort of thing. You know, maybe someday. If you come by a year from now, I might have been into hydroponics and maybe could have helped you there, but not right now. So mostly just try and chill out. I might focus on Cholaki next for a private bedroom because that'll just keep the mood somewhat stabilized in my mind. So, Lisa, what else could I do for you? Minor pain. Okay, slept on the ground. Working on that, kid. Totally working on that. Disturbed sleep, working on that. That's things I can get rid of. What is your minor pain? You have a scratch scar. Do I have anything I could plug into Lisa in terms of, like, something that's not flesh and bone? I don't really. I don't have any of those. Whitehead, I see you got your broad wrap. Could you, like, really, really focus on this bed? Because I'd really love Lisa to have a private bedroom, such as it is. I mean, it is effectively a cave, but I'd really, really love that. I know you were probably halfway across the map hunting something, but I want this done. Whitehead, just look at Lisa and look at how fast she's doing everything crafting-wise, and you will understand why I called you from halfway across the map to do this. Okay, there we go. Getting better. If you can make a really nice one, too, that would be good. I'd appreciate that. How'd that turn out? That's a good bed. Okay, so this belongs to Lisa. 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 Oh, we're going to do such great things together. Please join me. Please. I will do anything you want. Wait, are you... You can't possibly be out of stone blocks. No, why are you not doing stone blocks? Oh, there's a party. I should... Hang on. I should pay attention to the right side of this. So, there's some visitors. There's a party. Ancient danger is where? Oh, in our base. Oh, right. Didn't see that one coming. Okay, so usually the ancient danger is like somewhere way over here, over here, over here, over here. For those who are getting caught up, for those who may be somewhat new to the channel, both of you. So the very first time I played RimWorld at all, which was on the channel, I opened up the ancient danger on day one. Yep, 3 colonists crash land, and we crash landed right next to the ancient danger. I said, that sounds interesting. Let me open that. And then we all died. So to have the ancient danger literally in my base is possibly not ideal. I've actually never bumped into that before. It's never been in my base. Okay, well, first things first, let's tunnel in a different direction. How about we go down here instead? How about we go in this kind of direction, like here, and then, I don't know, like this. This seems fun. And then how about we go all the way over here where the ancient danger isn't? Go like that and then go like that. I don't know why I'm making this so fussy. I just kind of feel like it. There we go. That'll be fun, kids. Okay, so like we're having a party by the ancient danger in a cave. I've never had that pop up where it was inside a mountain. How would I have known that was there otherwise? I would have never really stumbled across it if I didn't want to tunnel into this mountain. Like, what if I'd set up, like, way over here or something, and just kind of spent my game over in this direction? I would have never found the ancient evil. Huh. That's, well, good news, I know where it is. Bad news, it's taking up a chunk of my base. Good news, though. So after the good news, bad news, there's more good news. When I finally do crack that open, which will not be today, let me assure you, that's going to open up a whole area that I can just use to my own benefit. Maybe even as a throne room. It's going to be a big area. And it's going to be kind of all set up. Walls and floors and all sorts of things. Oh, Voltron's about to come on board. Great. That's another colonist. I have nowhere to put them. Fantastic. But we're looking forward to it, Voltron. And Voltron, just remind me, you do believe in what we believe in, right? Yeah, you're into the Blood Coven. Who isn't? These days, I say, who isn't? And Kaylina, you're not, but I can't convert you yet because technically I don't have enough people who believe in the Blood Coven, even though Voltron does. But the second he becomes a colonist, I should be able to make Whitehead our priest because we will have 3 people who believe in the Blood Coven that are colonists, and then I can start converting Scathe and Kaylina. It's a long, complicated chain. I've been kind of put off by this whole the ancient evil is in my own base. Hey, gang, Danny, I love what you're doing, but this was actually a backwards way of doing this. Let's just cancel all of this. Okay, focus up here. Focus up here. Again, bedrooms, guys. Bedrooms. That's what we're trying to do. And then I'll send you in the other direction, and then we can start, chipping this out and all of that. One of the... Like, Danny, you're not really good at much of anything. Could you spend some time cleaning, please? So just like clean the place up, do that kind of thing. Also, this would be a great time to start putting floors down in the old base here. I'd love to have some more steel to do that. I'd love to do that out of the steel tiles. They've got 4 more blocks here. Great. When they're done with that, I'm going to have them start carving out the steel over here. Who's having a break wrist? Cholaki again. Yeah, Cholaki, kid, I am working on your own bedroom. I realize you're having a bit of a freak out right now. I get that. Doing the best I can. This can get deleted. We don't need that one there anymore. Lisa, I'd love to do everything I can to make you as happy as is humanly possible. Where did I put power? Sort of there. How about we did power to here, and then, I don't know, just for a sense of completion, put one in there. And then we'll put a light up. Now, you don't want the dark light. You want, like, just a regular light in there. That's a start. And you know what? Let's just kind of keep that train a-rolling. How about we try and get some flooring in for you? That'll make it a little bit nicer in here. You won't be on basically a dirt floor. One more block there, and then we're going to start getting some steel out. Voltron's going to come on board slightly faster than I'd actually like him to. Psychic Agony. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Well, here's what Scathe has done. I knew Scathe would have a problem somewhere. So Scathe has involuntarily, released a wave of psychic suffering. Nearby creatures will experience intense pain, and it's going to linger for several days. Neat. Well, this has been a day, hasn't it? Who's down? I just saw a colonist rescue. Who's down? What hunter lacks a suitable weapon? Oh, did Scathe kind of like pass out or something? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you're all the way up here. Yeah, you dropped your revolver and you dropped your nice meal. Pick that up again, please. Yeah, equip the revolver. Okay. Yeah, she must have passed out. You know, from being stunningly beautiful and all. Where are you going now? You're going to go read the cloning debate. Neat. Good. So how does that pan out exactly? We'll work on executing people. Don't worry. We'll work on executing people at some point. Human meat. Yeah, we all want human meat. Do you not have anything for what Scathe just did? It said it was going to linger for some time. Uncovered body part. Could we throw in... I don't know if this is going to do the trick. Could we throw in a burqa for Scathe? Scathe seems to be very... Scathe is very well clothed, but yet not quite enough. So you've got a hat, a shirt, a sash, a jacket, and pants. But that's not enough for you. You're still naked to the world, apparently. What are you, a sand people? Sand person? Anyway, this is done. So let's get some things going on in here. Let's get another bed. Yeah, put another bed in here, like that. What? Voltron's on board. And I can do the priest roll. Great, cool. Just give me a sec here, RimWorld, if you could. Just give me a sec. Ancient Evil lives next door, literally. I just try and get everything done. Just try and do literally everything, team. Just do everything. Okay, Voltron, guess what? You're going to have to camp out with Kaylina. I think I deconstructed that sleeping spot slightly too soon. So another sleeping spot in here for Voltron. Voltron, welcome. Welcome to the team. Why don't we put you up with the colonists? And remind me, it's been a while, Voltron. What exactly is it you do around here? You love punching people. Okay. I could do with some more shooty people. That'd be good. How about you go get this knife? First of all, it's a terrible knife. And also, let's put you on clear your forest and no raggedy clothing. All right, so hopefully you'll kind of kit yourself out a little bit. Drop the raggedy stuff. I'll do the roll when... Actually, I was going to say when slightly more people are awake. Many people are awake. Okay, think. Look at Voltron first. Construction, okay. Cooking, okay. Crafting, right. That was the whole point of me getting this. Except, Voltron, here's the thing, I have Lisa now. So you have become superfluous to needs, really. Although you actually belong to our colony. Lisa's just kind of hanging out. But we are going to do everything in our power to get her on board. You're actually a decent doctor. So, Voltron, be number one on the things you need to be number one at. Mila, what's your doctorizing? You're only 4. Voltron, you're the new head chief doctor around here. And be 2 on all of the crafting skills. And then also... Don't do hunting right now because you don't have a shooty weapon. Cooking, you're actually not bad. 7. Okay, I'll bring that down to a 2. And then everybody does these things whether they want to or not. So there you go. What is your construction 4? All right, I'll leave that at a 3. Okay, what else could I do around here? This has been very, very eventful. The Ancient Evil lives in our base. Whitehead. I know I'm going to kind of have to get everyone up to do this, but I want to make you our priest. Yeah, the sanguinarian, a moral guide. And by moral guide, I mean you're just basically going to Mike Tyson people into believing that vampires are our overlords and we should eat people and execute people and all sorts of fun stuff. Where is Whitehead? Okay, you were like halfway across the map hunting things. I know Voltron's on board. He's very excited about it. Yeah, Voltron, Kaylina, Mila, all kind of hanging out. Scathe, less so. Just standing in the corner being stunningly beautiful. Just stunningly beautiful. Mila, we're almost done trying to convert you, by the way. So I think you might be the first target of Whitehead's eventual conversion ability. Where we just like, hey, believe in vampires. And Kaylina's like, I already believe in vampires. There's literally one behind me right now. There's one behind me right now. Successful role change. Royal Ascent. Okay, so yeah, the Empire, the royalty endgame. So if we reach a certain level with Mila, and then also we host someone of an equal level, who will have needs beyond reckoning. They're going to need their own throne room. They're going to need their own amazing bedroom. Then if we do all of that, then the royals will take us off the planet. We'll have a think. Again, haven't really actually made any sort of decision as to what endgame we might be going for. Mila tried to convert Kalina. Good. Good. Did it work? Because I was gonna have Whitehead do that. You guys don't have anywhere to hang out. Voltron, #1 doctor. Get on it, kid. Get on it. This is your job, kid. So Whitehead, now you can convert. Did that actually have any effect with Kalina? Did it actually go down at all? No, I think that's about the same. So Kalina, you're probably going to resent this horribly, but Whitehead, go try to convert Kalina, please. All right, I need everybody on board with the whole vampire drinking blood, eating people, killing people thing. There we go. Boom, done. Done. Kalina, wicked into vampires now. Kalina's like, you know what? I just got in a fight with someone because I didn't want to drink blood and believe in vampires and eat people and kill people. But now that you've really sizzled it for me, I'm in. I'm in. You know what? I will do this. Kalina's changing out of some clothing there. That looks like another parka you just put on. Why'd you take this one off? That was an excellent cloth parka at 96%. What was your move there? Okay, well, whatever it is, you're going to go get some medical care. Oh, dang it. I didn't have Kalina on the mediocre medicine. Now we've used up Glitter World medicine. All right, well, unfortunate, but there it is. You'll get better really fast, Kalina. I had the others on it. I had the others on just mediocre medicine, but I didn't put Kalina on that. Oh, well, we don't have any Glitter World medicine left, so that just become completely irrelevant. Danny's cleaning up. Great. Good. Really, again, I want to kind of focus on Chalaki now. And also, with that bedroom done, let's start to set up another mining expedition over here. I could see this being hospital/dormitory. Even if I can just get them off the floor, that would be a good idea. And you're like, Dave, you could put down beds anywhere. Yeah, but it's going to be disturbed sleep and all that. I'm doing this one at a time. Here we are. Let's just all learn to cope with this information. Also, if we could get a bunch more trees cut down in the reasonably near future, like anything more local. There's a few down here. Let's cut these down. Like, oh, wow, okay, that was way too many. But cut all of those down. That's a good amount to cut down. Start getting some flooring in here. And with the steel that's coming in, I'm probably pretty good to start flooring this area. How about the stuff that's up here? Yeah, we never kind of finished mining that out. Well, there's more close to home. There's no reason to be going all the way up there for steel when we've got perfectly good steel right here. So you're getting the lights turned on in Lisa's room. How about we try and also get a vague concept of furniture in there? So we'll put an end table there, and we'll put a bureau or a dresser or whatever up in there. And you know what? I'm even going to give you a plant, kid. I'm doing the best I can with you, Lisa. Anything I can do to make you happy. How happy are you, by the way? Okay, you got an impressive rec room. 8 without a table. That's on you. Awful bedroom? It is a cave. You're not wrong. It is basically a cave. It's a cave with a really nice bed in it, if that helps. We've made burkas. I don't know if people are going to be into that. Who was having the problem with that? That was Scathe, right? So you're asleep right now. Tomorrow, I'll see if the burka makes you happier. You seem to be very sad. Again, let me just read that one more time. Make sure I'm reading that correctly. Uncovered any body part. To show myself to the world is wrong. Okay, and that's because you believe in the unworthy creed. Totally covered. Well, it's got to be a burka. Also, now we can start working on converting you. Now that Kalina's on board with the whole blood thing. The blood coven, if you will. So, Voltron working on some crafting. That's great. I'd love for people to be really working on smoothing these walls, if they could. And then we'll get this bed done for Chalaki eventually. Let's just go ahead and, first of all, drag some power down here. And then put up a door. So just put up a simple wooden door right there. Chalaki, I'm trying to make you happy because you're so very, very sad about life. You're just terrible at life. You're like, I just don't like life. I'm not very good at it. And then how are we doing on the fine meals here? Where's that at? Yeah, 15 out of 20. That'll cheer people up. They'll get a little bit of a mood boost for that. And then what would be my logical next move? Whitehead getting a bunch of stone blocks done. Yeah, the stone blocks are picking up here. All right, so we're getting some of those made. Got a fair bit of meat on board. It's almost winter of our first year here. I see we still have some human meat. Do we want to maybe get the human meat meals made a little bit more? Try and get another 10 of those. I know we don't actually have enough meat for that, but just put up another 10 human meals. You guys love it when you eat person. You just love eating a person. Like, hey, I'm eating a person. That's pretty cool. How about... Hang on. Let's alter this. That's the problem there. They're just doing basic vegetarian stuff. Do no vegetarian. Okay, let's make this even simpler. Only make this out of human meat. That's it. That's all you're doing is making food out of people. That'll cheer up the people who are kind of cool with cannibalism around here. What would be my next logical move? More bedrooms, but the ancient evil being over here. What? Lisa. My beloved Lisa. My beloved crafting of 10 Lisa. Now, we've seen what happens before. We've seen what happens before with the misclick with Tony Curtis. So what I've done, actually, not that you can see this, what I've done is actually taken my hand off the mouse. Okay? Taken my finger off the trigger, if I will. Lisa wishes to join my faction. Lisa, I could not be happier for you to join my faction. My plan worked. Make Lisa as happy as possible, as quickly as possible, and she wants to join. Now, I'm going to very delicately, because again, we saw the problem with Tony Curtis. I'm going to very delicately hover the mouse over accept, okay, accept in bright yellow there, not reject, accept. Oh, Lisa, I love you. I love you. Welcome, Lisa, welcome. You can go up with the colonists now. I'm so happy. I'm so very, very happy. 20. Oh, we've done batteries. Neat. Cool. Lisa's on board. What? Okay. I'm going for it. I'm going to make a beeline for geothermal power. That's going to take forever. But it will broadly solve any power needs I'm ever going to have. I know I need batteries. I'll work on batteries eventually. Is there anywhere I could just slap down a quick thing of batteries? How about right in here? This is all made of stone, right? If I wanted to put a battery, how's that going to shape up with this? Perfect. Actually, 2, 3, and then draw a wall around that kind of quickly before it starts to rain. So there, and I can have a door, and then bring that down to there. And then just put it, yeah, steel door would actually be perfect there. It's less explodey. I mean, it'll burn, but it's less explodey. And do I actually have power down here for that to connect to? Yes, that'll actually line up exactly the way I want it to. Chalaki's coming over chopping some trees, which is great. Lisa, I'm so happy. I'm so very, very happy. I see you put on some different clothing. So, can you shoot? Actually, you're rather good at it. You've got a trait of some sort here. No, actually, you're terrible at it. You used to be better. So, your learn level is 12, but you've got the poor shooting gene. Of course, Dave, because red is bad. It's a video game. So, you're actually -4, but you're still decent. Why don't you go get this bow? All right, you are joining the fighty team. Oh, welcome, Lisa. I'm going to put you up here. I'm so excited. You know what? I'm so excited. It's going to be Mila Whitehead and then Lisa. Oh, right in line there. Then Lisa. Now I got to work on converting you because you're going to hate eating people. You're just not going to be into eating people at all. You're like, I really would like to not eat people. Maybe we could work out some sort of thing where I don't eat people. Ooh, this one's done. I'm going to set this for Chalaki, because Chalaki's just sort of sad about life, and this will make him slightly happier. And then I really want to, can we please move on the smoothing the wall issue around here? Because that doesn't seem to be happening very quickly, does it? Who has tattered apparel? Lisa? Are you sure? Oh, hang on, let me put you on, first of all, on no raggedy clothes. There you go. So maybe that'll help. And if not, make your own clothing, kid. I don't care. Have you picked up something stupid? Yeah, you picked up a stupid hat. That's your problem. Oh, you took off the stupid hat. And you're trying to put a sash on again. Yeah, you're taking all of this off. Oh, sorry, I just accidentally told you to take off your parka. Not what I actually wanted to do. So allow that. And then, Lisa, you can go put that back on. That's okay. You can go put that back on. Anything for you, Lisa. And you know what? Would you like an urn? I'm going to give you an urn. Okay, because I love you so much, Lisa, because you have a skill of 20. There's a solar flare. We've lost all power. Fine. I'll learn to cope. Also, remember to expand this zone back into this area, just so we got a little bit more storage there. I think my next move is to start a somewhat strenuous deforestation effort, because I'd like to start putting up shelving in storage and more shelving in the pantry. So let's actually start just chopping a bunch of trees down, like all of those in there. And then we've got a bunch that we've already taken down over here. The walls are going up for the battery room. That's cool. I believe they can walk across batteries. I don't think I needed to leave a little gap here. If I did, well, darn it, I've done it wrong then, and I'll just have to do it again. But I think that will be fine. I mean, they can walk across the hydroponics. They can just walk straight across a hydroponics train, which is a bad idea. Don't do that at home. First of all, you'll get wet. And then secondly, it'll like kill all your plants. So totally don't do that in the real world, but here they can walk across hydroponics. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be a problem. Whitehead's got this all under control. Whitehead, I see you've chosen burqa. It's an odd choice. I mean, you're a good-looking guy, I think. Go ahead and show that off to people. Be like, hey, look at me, I'm Whitehead. I live with a vampire, and I worship a vampire, and I'm pretty cool about cannibalism. I'm okay with that. Nothing compared to Lisa. Lisa, I even love your hair. I even love your hair. I love everything about you. And I can't possibly love you anymore. You're getting an urn. Okay, not everyone gets an urn around here, Lisa. I love Lisa. The solar flare's over. Yay, good. Fantastic. Okay, I've got a lot less things over here now. Let's keep some parkas going. So yeah, well, 5 out of 5. How about we go for like 7 or 8? I don't know. We should have a good bunch of leathers, but just in case we don't, let's just go murder some more of the local wildlife. Actually, Lisa, you could get into hunting. You are allowed to be armed now. I'm just going to put you at a 3. I don't want you really prioritizing that, but if you've got nothing to do with your life, go ahead and do that. I'm sure you're just largely focused on stone blocks. Yeah, you're down to 3. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, Chief. Just do a bunch of these. Drifters Hope for Charity. Hang on. That's just beggars wanting money or something. But if I don't, people are going to be like sad. Yeah, I do have people who will be sad about that. What exactly is it you want? 10 herbal medicine? Okay, I've got 86. I think I can cover this. Who wants it exactly? Jesse. Jesse, come here. Hang on. Everybody stop. So, Whitehead, you're hunting. Mila, you're meditating, so you're not really doing anything particularly valuable. Go give 10 herbal medicine to Jesse over here. Again, I've got 86. I think we can spare it. I think my next move, apart from possibly trying to get some more bedrooms done. In fact, let's kind of think on that. I've got the extra labor, so let's use it. Let's go ahead, get that out, and then bring this down to, say, here-ish. And then also the same over here. I know there's steel in there. I don't know what I'm going to, like how big it is or what I'm going to do with it yet. And then all of this, actually, back that off a little bit. Do what? Inspired surgery, Voltstron. Cool. If I had actually anything to surgerize, that would be great, but I don't. Bring this over to here, like that. And then this could also, this is a huge mining project. They're not going to get this done quickly. I could probably squeeze in 2 smallish, what? A masterwork what? I'm very busy, RimWorld. 2 smaller bedrooms. They're not ideal, but they'll get the job done. So Voltstron's really good at surgery right now. We don't actually have anything to be surgerizing. I would love to pop something into Lisa, who is the body modder, and just to satisfy her. I will do anything to satisfy you. But I just don't have anything. Theoretically, I could chop your leg off and put a wooden leg there. And you'd be happy. You'd actually be happy about that. You'd be like, I used to have a regular leg like people, and then you chopped it off and gave me a wooden leg, which doesn't work as well and makes a clop clop sound every time I move. But I'm somehow happier about that because it is a body modification. A masterwork what? Okay, masterwork parka. Great. So anyone is welcome to throw that on. I don't really care who puts that on. Whatever you do is fine. Did we finish making all of our people meals? And by people meals, I mean meals that are made out of people. Well, we got 1 left. All right, and we probably don't have the meat. Yeah, we don't have the meat for it. That's fine. I kind of knew that was going to happen. That's okay. So somewhere in there, there's a bunch of meals made out of humans. That'll satisfy some people. Not very many, but we've got plenty of food. I'm doing okay on the... I've got 72 regular meals, 16 of the fine meals, and that always cheers people up. Okay, so I outlined a huge mining project here. I'd kind of like to trace the outline. I'd like to know where the Ancient Evil extends into here. Oh, Chalaki, by the way, you sleep next to demons. Possibly robots, we're not sure. But demons or robots, you sleep next to those right now. If they pop out, which they won't until I actually open this, if they pop out, they're going right for you, kid. That will make you even sadder. Kaylina, how banged up are you? We used Glitter World medicine on you, kid. Admittedly, you were beaten up by a vampire. That probably took a little bit out of you. And Scathed, you're going to be my next target for getting rid of this unworthy creed nonsense that you believe in. and get you starting to believe in people who worship vampires. But that's, you got to cool down on that, Whitehead. Yeah, about 20 hours. What is that, like 2 days, I think, is the cooldown on that? What's your major problems right now? Nobody's been executed. You want, oh, hang on, you want sanguinarian apparel. A head wrap. You chose burqa. What do you want me to do, kid? You chose burqa. You said, I'm going burqa on this. Okay, I will make you a head wrap. Jeez. Not a broad wrap, a head wrap, which is apparently different. So 1 head wrap for you. All right, I'd make 2 because somebody will steal one. You know somebody's going to steal one. The stone blocks are coming in hot and heavy. This is excellent. Between Voltstron and Lisa, kind of prioritizing crafting, this is going very, very well. And again, let's just keep the leather coming in. I'm not even concerned about the meat as much as I am about the leather. There's another alpaca getting chopped up because we've probably gone through a good chunk of our cotton at this point. In fact, it looks like we may have gone through all of our cotton. I don't see anything else there. Let me start to kind of wrap up by outlining some shelving in here. So how about, no, spin that around. And then we'll go shelf, 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 shelf. No, shelf like this. Shelf, shelf, shelf. And then I can start to organize storage a little better. Get clothing on one shelf, get weapons on one shelf, all that kind of thing. I'll kind of have a little better idea of where things are at any given moment. Okay. What is my best next move as we kind of evaluate here? They're gonna. It's a big mining project. That's their next task. Really, is huge mining project. And then maybe if we get through that quickly enough, I don't really think we will, but if we get through that quickly enough, I can get the other 2 refugees their own bedrooms. Because right now, Sebash and Danny still have to crash out. Oh, and Voltstron for that matter. That's right. I need 3 bedrooms, not 2. Well, Voltstron will be priority because he's actually a colonist. And then after that, we'll look at Sebash and Danny. I wouldn't mind having Danny on board. Because a 15-year-old kid is going to learn a lot in their lifetime, especially if they're in my colony. Now, what they learn may be horrifying and dark, but they will learn a lot while they're in my colony. How could I make you happier getting you a bedroom? Is basically it. Uncomfortable, disturbed sleep, and slept on the ground. I could bang all of those out by just getting you your own bedroom right now. I could just... Is there somewhere I could just maybe build some? Because building it will go faster than mining it out. I mean, there is. I want the colony inside of here as best as possible, and then I'd actually like to, down the road as a long-term project, move all of this, the kitchen, the pantry, and, okay, Lena's healed, good, and the prison inside the mountain. But that's kind of a long-term project. I could, if I mined this out, I could do a small bedroom over here, but actually, here's a thought. I could do it right here. Just put a couple of bedrooms right here. At least it would get something done, and I've got a lot of stone blocks. That is not inconceivable. Do I want to delete this? See, I'm getting all indecisive about this. Indecisive, even. No, just leave things as is. Just let it roll right now. You've had a lot going on today. Okay? And most of it involved Lisa. And your deep and unrepentant love for Lisa. Lisa, you are everything to me. I see you've chosen the head wrap there. That was kind of for Whitehead. Are you going to make another one? I mean, on you. If you want it, kid. Make another one. Keep those coming in. So whatever you want, Lisa, you can have it. I do not mind. You've actually slightly forgotten some crafting in the yeah, you're going down a little bit in crafting there because you're, I don't know, probably asleep or something. Yeah, you're asleep. And like, I don't actually remember how to sew buttons anymore. I thought I did, but now I clearly don't. And you are a slow learner. Yeah, so your loss, not certainly loss, but your learning factor is a little bit down, but I don't care. 19 or 20, I legitimately don't care, Lisa. Okay, hang on. Slam that into pause mode. Let me start to wrap up by just getting these shelves set up. So clear everything. How about, and nothing rotten. How about on this shelf, nothing but apparel, okay? And don't put anything tainted there. Okay, so only clean apparel lives there. And make that important. And then copy that, and then these 2, yeah, these 2 could be that. And then this one, I would like to have just weapons. So weapons there, and again, make that important. These ones, I'm actually, for right now, just put medicine on this one, just so I know where it is. So only, let's see, that's manufactured and medicine. And then this one could be drugs, because we like to know where the drugs are at all times. So put drugs there, and then nothing rotten. So one more time, that one was, yeah, that one's medicine, and the other one is drugs. That'll just help them sort that out a little bit faster. What? Betrayal offer from Toad. So Toad would like me to betray the refugees and kill them, basically. So first off, that's a lot of food. Secondly, that's a lot of human skin. But my reward is a telescope and a heavy SMG, which is a masterwork. That's actually not bad. That's a pretty good reward for murdering 3 people. However, I'd rather have the colonists. I've kind of got my next eyes on Danny, because that could be a very good long-term colonist. I'm not so into Chalaki. I'd be happy to murder Chalaki. If you just said just Chalaki, if Toad came up and was like, I hate that guy, I'd be like, I'm not that crazy about him either. So if you want to give me a telescope in exchange for murdering him, I'm broadly okay with that. But no, I think I'm going to reject this. I don't want to betray the refugees. We'll just let them go. And honestly, if they leave in peace, they generally, down the road, send really good gifts that could potentially be even better than a telescope and an SMG. Mila finally working on some wall smoothing. Lisa very comfortably in bed. We've got a plant here for you, an urn. Oh, it's just delightful. I know the walls are still made out of like cut rock, but we're gonna work on making those even nicer as time goes by. So I think next step is just continue this massive mining expedition. Use the free labor for what it's there for, and if I can make somebody else happy enough to join us, I'm okay with that. But I think our big takeaway from this is Lisa. Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. Oh, Lisa, you're gonna get so much done around here. I could not be happier to have her on board. Of all the 4 who could have offered to join us, that's the one I wanted, and my plan worked. My plan to make her as happy as possible as soon as possible, she flipped right over. Now we just got to convince her to eat humans. Guys, that's probably an excellent place to call it on RimWorld for today. We'll pick up some more of this again next time. Do please keep the comments coming in. Let me know what you're thinking of this. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. But maybe we close the door during a zombie apocalypse, Cinnamon, huh? It's just basic security technique. If the door is closed, Cinnamon, the zombies are going to have to work harder to get in. What you've done is put up a big sign on the top of your roof here that says, hey, zombies, this way for food. All right, is there an actual fire, or are you just telling me that fire is a thing that exists? Because I'm very familiar with that. Fire loves me, and it wants to be near me at all times. And I'm pretty sure they're trying to beat him to death with a baguette, which is less effective than you might commonly think it would be. I have created epic fruitcake. Those words have never been uttered in the entirety of human history. That sentence has never come together. I have made epic fruitcake.